Hello students, it's day 3 for the chapter Changes in the World Around Us. The specific objectives of the topic are chemical changes and differentiate between physical and chemical changes. Students, in previous lectures we have discussed what is a change, classification of changes, natural and man-made changes, periodic and non-periodic changes, desirable and undesirable changes, fast and slow changes, reversible and irreversible changes, and physical changes. And today we are going to discuss chemical changes. So open page number 28 of your chemistry textbooks. Now to study chemical change, let's perform an activity. Take a cotton ball and light it with the help of a lighter. You can see that it is changing its color. The color has been changed to black. Now, can you bring back this black cotton ball into white again? No. And this type of change is called a chemical change. You can see a black color and smoke coming out of it. This is a chemical change as new substance is formed. So, what is chemical change? The change in which a new substance is formed with entirely new properties is called a chemical change. Let's see some more examples of chemical change. Making of popcorn is a chemical change as a new substance is formed during this process. Raw rice, when cooked, is also an example of chemical change as cooked rice has entirely different properties than raw rice. The process of photosynthesis, which is taking place in plants, is also a chemical change because new substances are formed during this process. That is oxygen and glucose. Now next is difference between physical change and chemical change. Physical change. The change in which no new substance is formed is a physical change. Chemical change. The change in which new substance is formed is called a chemical change. As no new substance is formed in physical change, so this change can be reversed. So it is also called a reversible change. Whereas in chemical change, new substances are formed with entirely different properties. So this change cannot be reversed. So it is also called an irreversible change. Next is molecular composition of a substance does not change. In physical change, as no new substance is formed, so the molecular composition also does not changes. Whereas in a chemical change, a new substance is formed, so the molecular composition of a substance also changes. Example, breaking of a glass is a physical change as glass has its same properties after breaking also. Whereas burning of a paper is a chemical change because on burning a paper, paper turns into ashes and ashes have different properties as that of paper. Now let's start with the reading of chemical changes on page number 28. Chemical changes. A chemical change is the one in which new substances are formed, as we have done in the case of burning of a cotton ball. It turned into a black cotton ball. A new substance was formed. Properties of a substance before and after the change are different. We have seen that cotton ball was white in color and it turned black after burning. Original properties disappear and new properties are observed. We have discussed this earlier. Next is change is brought permanently and change is irreversible. A chemical change is irreversible. Examples. Burning of paper. Take a small piece of paper, burn it with a matchstick. What do you observe? What will you observe, students? Yes, it will turn into ashes. When paper burns, carbon dioxide, vapors and ash are produced. None of these has the property of paper. Hence, this is a chemical change. As ashes do not have any of the property of a paper, carbon dioxide, do they have any property of paper? No. So this is a chemical change. Next is burning of wood. During burning of wood, new substances like ash and smoke are produced which have properties different from that of wood. Students, you must have seen burning of wood at times. Yes, it turns into black color and smoke is produced. Does that smoke or that ash has the properties of wood? No. So it is a chemical change. Thus, burning of wood is irreversible chemical change because we cannot get back wood from smoke and ash. Now, next is rusting of iron. You must have seen a reddish brown iron nail at your home. That reddish brown layer on an iron nail is none other than rust. Rusting converts the grey solid iron into a reddish brown powdered solid which cannot be magnetized. Which cannot be magnetized means iron has lost its property of magnetization. Since the properties of rust are different from the iron, therefore rusting is a chemical change. Now, next is burning of magnesium. When a piece of magnesium ribbon is heated in a flame, it burns with a dazzling light and produces a white powder of magnesium oxide. Students, you must have seen a cracker called sparkler. In Hindi it is called fulchhadi. When it is burnt, a dazzling light comes out of it and a white powder is also formed after its burning. And that white powder is none other than magnesium oxide. Next is souring of milk. Milk is a sweet liquid whereas curd is sour in taste and is in a semi-solid state. Students, you must have seen milk and curd at your home. Milk is liquid and curd is semi-solid. But curd is formed from milk. So, souring of milk is a chemical change. As a new substance is formed, curd is a new substance which is formed from milk. Souring of milk is an irreversible change because we cannot get back milk from curd. We know that. We cannot get back milk from curd. Next is burning of a candle. Burning of a candle involves physical as well as chemical change. Physical change as solid wax melts and it can be solidified again. So it is a reversible change and a physical change too. Whereas burning of wick, that thread which is present inside, it on burning produces carbon dioxide and moisture, which is a new substance. So it is a chemical change. So burning of candle involves physical as well as chemical change. When candle burns, it also melts. Melting alone is a physical change because on cooling, solid wax is formed. But burning produces carbon dioxide and moisture which pass into the atmosphere. I told you burning of wick which is there in a candle, that is a chemical change. Therefore, burning of a candle is an irreversible chemical change because we cannot get back candle from the gas and moisture formed during the burning process. Next is cooking of food. We have discussed this cooking of food with an example, raw rice and cooked rice earlier. When food is cooked, many complex carbohydrates are broken down into simpler sugars. Many water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins are destroyed. The texture of foodstuff change which cannot be reversed. Students, you can see in the picture. First it is raw potato. It is hard and it is dark brown in color, whereas when it is boiled, that is a chemical change, boiling of potatoes. Its texture is changed and it becomes soft. Differences between physical and chemical changes. Physical changes. Only physical state and physical properties of the substances are changed. Physical state means shape, size. Chemical changes. Both the physical and chemical properties of the substances are changed. Physical again shape, size, and chemical properties means its color can change. Hard object can be changed to soft object, that are chemical properties. The original substance does not lose its identity, that is, molecular composition of substance remains unchanged. As it's the same substance, the substance does not lose its identity, it remains same, so the molecular composition also remains same. Whereas in chemical changes, the original substance loses its chemical identity. Like we have done burning of cotton, it loses its chemical identity. Its color was changed from white to black. So the molecular composition gets changed. No new substances are formed in physical changes. As cutting of lemon, grinding of sugar, no new substance is formed. The sugar retains its property of sweetness. Whereas in chemical changes, new substances are formed. The change is temporary and in many cases the original state is restored. For example, folding of paper, it can be turned back into the same shape, so its original state can be restored. Like changing of water into ice, ice can be again changed to water. It's a physical change. Fourth, the change is usually permanent in chemical changes. That is, original state cannot be restored. Example, cooking of food. Cooked food cannot be made raw again. So, the change is permanent. Example for physical change is changing of water into ice. We have done it earlier also. And chemical changes, burning of paper. A change depends upon the nature and intensity of interaction. We'll discuss this with the help of an activity. Take 2 tumblers, fill them about half with water. Add 1 teaspoonful of sugar in each tumbler. Stir the water in 1 tumbler with a spoon. Keep the other tumbler undisturbed. Observe carefully. In which tumbler does sugar dissolve rapidly? You will see that sugar dissolves rapidly in the glass tumbler in which the stirring was done. It means that the nature of change depends upon the kind and extent of interaction. Thus, more is the interaction, faster will be the change. Some more examples to discuss this. Like for example, cooking of food. How much of flame, how much of heat is being given to the food, that only will decide that how much time the food will take to cook. If we'll provide more heat, the food will be cooked faster than if we'll provide less heat. So, more is the interaction, faster will be the change. Other example is melting of a chocolate. If we'll keep the chocolate outside in the sun, it will melt faster as compared to if we will keep it in a room. So, more is the interaction, faster will be the change. Learning outcomes of today's topic are: what is a chemical change and differentiate between physical changes and chemical changes.